the Show Me Videocast for edtechspeeddating.com. What I'm going to show you today is how to create a form, or how to create rubrics with Google Forms. So the first thing you got to do is sign in to Google Drive. Google Drive, you can search it online, you can sign in with your YouTube account, your Gmail, pretty much anything that's related to Google. So when I sign into Google Drive, obviously I have a lot of documents that you won't have, but what you need to do is you need to hit Create. When you hit Create, come down here to Form. Now this is going to be your actual rubric. So we're going to name our rubric. We're going to say paper rubric 1, and then we're going to pick a template. Now what this is, and see what you can use this for. You can use this for exit tickets, bell ringers, you can even use it for tests in some ways. But what this is basically creating a form, an online form for somebody to fill out. And so this is what you're going to do with your rubric. So the first thing is you're going to look at what you kind of structure your rubric, what the structure of your rubric is going to be. You're going to have the topics and then kind of the standards that the kids met. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to put the topic. So we're going to say the topic that the kind of what we're looking for is knowledge and understanding. Now, as you come down here, what you can do is you can pick on what type of question you want this to be. I like choose from list, but you can do a checkbox rubric, you can do a multiple choice, you can do a lot of different things with it. So I'm going to go choose from list. When I go choose from list, the options are the standards that the kids actually met. So if I go 10 points, that would be the score. The students understood everything. Then we'll go say 8 points. Oops, went too far. 8 students understood some. 6 students understood . This is just showing you as an example. Obviously, you would want more detail than this in your standards that you want the kids to meet. Okay, so now your first standard of the rubric is created. And so what you would want to do is you'd want to go and keep adding. So you'd add another item and you change it to list and you'd add what you wanted to. But the other things that you can add is I go things like project name. And then I can, when I fill out this rubric, I can type in what project this is. Then you can do things like total score. You can type in what this is. Now what you want to do is for the kids to get this automatic feedback, you want to choose a place for all this information and this data to go. So you click choose response destination. So what it's going to do is it's going to set up a spreadsheet for all of this data to go in. So paper rubric 1 responses, so create. So now my rubric's set up. So what I do for the kids to see these is I go paper, let's search for that since I have a whole bunch of stuff in here. So to fill this out, I go to paper rubric 1 responses. And what I want to do is I want to create a spreadsheet for each kid. So I want to have like one rubric that we use most of the year, and then I can keep adding to it, but each kid has their own. So all you have to do to make copies of this is go to File, make a copy, and then I would name it after whatever kid I had. So we'll say Jimmy, paper rubric 1. Now, to grade Jimmy's paper, I'd go to Form, go to Live Form, and then I'd fill out the rubric. So drop down, he got a 10 out of knowing and understanding. We'll say Rev paper, and so his score would be 10 out of 10, and that would be the score I'd put in the grade book. Then I hit Submit. So I close that, and now that data is going to show up automatically on my spreadsheet. And so now what I want to do is I want to share that data with Jimmy. So I'd go to Share. You want to change it to public because if you don't, they can't see what you're doing. And then I put their email address, jimmy@hotmail.com. And now I sent that to Jimmy. Now, if I wanted to use this same rubric for a different project, all I would have to do is go back into the one I created, hit form again, fill it out. We'll say Civil War paper, and he got 8 out of 10. And then it would show up on the next line. The great thing about this, see, it'll show up on the next line of the spreadsheet. The great thing about this is that you don't have to keep resending this to the kids. Their link that they get the first time, they can click on it and they can just see it constantly update. Now, the one bad thing is that I found that you have to really explain how to read this to the kids. So you have to take time to really explain this. One suggestion is that if they have a mobile device, say an iPhone, iPad, Android, have them open Google Drive on that because it's a little easier to read.